What is your take on Mothman?
I think that Mothman was definitely a real creature and that these were real experiences that people had. Mothman manifested to a number of people, was seen, chased people, threatened people. I think that Mothman is a type of creature that lives in another dimension, a parallel world to ours. And that sometimes when we're in the right place at the right time, we have a psychic window that comes open, and entities who live in these other realms can penetrate into our world. Sometimes they come for just a short time, like Mothman did, and we have all kinds of experiences around that. Actually, their experiences with us may be just as frightening to them as they are to us.
This is a very unusual creature in the genre, say, of the paranormal. It is unusual. Tell us a little bit about its unique factor and why Point Pleasant?
We have to ask ourselves, why did these things happen in Point Pleasant? What's so unique about Point Pleasant? I think that geophysical factors play a very important role in what happens. Why certain areas are more haunted than others, why we have waves of phenomena, for example. So there may be something in the landscape here, perhaps contributed to by the river. Supernatural things often happen around large bodies of water and rivers. There may be something concerning the energy here, man-made energy, the old TNT plant, for example, the power plants, electrical lines, those sorts of things. There may be something in the soil itself that contributes to phenomena that bleeds through from other realities. Then we have to consider human consciousness. There's something going on in group consciousness that allows many people to witness or experience any kind of supernatural phenomena. And that would take some doing to assess what the group consciousness was in Point Pleasant back in the 1960s. There may have been a certain social restlessness, transition of community, major changes going on in large groups of people that contributed to psychic factors that enabled the psychic window to come open. It seemed that when the peak of tension was reached concerning the Mothman sightings and group anxiety was at its highest, we had the collapse of the Silver Bridge into the river, and great tragedy where many people lost their lives. Is there a direct connection between Mothman itself and the bridge collapse? Well, I think there is, in a way at least. In my mind, I've never been able to feel comfortable that the creature itself was somehow responsible for the bridge collapse. But certainly when you have a buildup of psychic tension, it creates energy fields, very powerful energy fields that do affect matter, things. And so it could be that the psychic tension among the people themselves contributed to changes in the material structure of the bridge, that there must have been some flaws in the construction of the bridge that could be affected literally by mind over matter, so that this fear and anxiety and tension were major factors in the collapse. I think one way to look at Mothman that many people don't think of is that a Mothman may be part of us, may be created by us, or may take shape because of something within us. When we have encounters with the supernatural, especially frightening encounters, we often think that it's something outside coming at us, coming to get us, something that's not part of us or our world. And yet, actually, since everything is interconnected, and we really don't know how our consciousness interacts with other things in the unseen realm, something like Mothman could really have a shape and take on actions that are in response to things within us, our unspoken fears, our dread of the unknown, our anxieties about life. All of these things can contribute to how we experience the unknown. We invite it in rather than it coming at us because it wants to harass us. I think it's important to stay open-minded. It's natural to be skeptical about some of these experiences, and quite often we're skeptical until we have an experience that we can't explain ourselves. When you study the body of folklore and anecdotal testimony about a wide range of people's experiences with the supernatural, you can't help but conclude that these are bona fide experiences that human beings have over the course of our history with the unseen. there are core experiences that maybe the trappings change, the names of the entities change, but there are core experiences. So something is happening between human beings and the unseen. So it's very important to remain open-minded and not automatically discount these experiences. They're very subjective. So one person may have an experience and in the very same place, another person not, and that doesn't mean that the earlier story has no basis in fact. It's important to look for natural explanations first, and then if none of those can be satisfactory, we have to consider that we had a bona fide paranormal episode. This is the only way that we're really going to truly understand other realities, the nature of consciousness, and our interactions with them by being open-minded. What convinces me that the Mothman experience and range of experiences were indeed genuine? They were experienced by a wide number of people. People who had no reason to pull hoaxes, sometimes people who had no way of knowing what happened to other people, but yet reported similar experiences. And we had such a range of phenomena. We had UFO phenomena, lights in the sky, craft seen, contact with an entity who seemed to be an extraterrestrial, poltergeist effects, men in black, mysterious noises, strange things happening to telephone lines, mysterious visitors. It's such an incredible range of phenomena that you can't just dismiss it out of hand as a mass hysteria of imagination. Is Mothman really unique in supernatural experience? Well, in many ways it is, because it was an intense period with a lot of phenomena and a very bizarre creature. However, Mothman has a relation to other kinds of similar experiences around the world of dark entities with glowing red eyes that are very menacing. These include black dogs, spectral dogs, which are very prominent in the United Kingdom, also in Midwest America. Other winged creatures like the New Jersey Devil, and humanoid creatures with wings which are not given any names because they aren't seen frequently enough. Vampires, vampire UFOs, which are red lights in the sky that shine red beams down on victims and have been said to cause wasting away illnesses. So there's a core experience that Mothman fits into of a dark entity with menacing red eyes, or red lights at least, that has an adverse, frightening and wasting away effect on people. That's the core phenomena that Mothman is a part of. But as a case, as a wave of sightings, Mothman truly is unique.